You'll spend your whole life collecting things just to leave it all to people who don't even care. You'll trade time for money, your soul for status, and in the end, your name will become some distant relative in a lunch conversation. And want to hear something crazier? People are profiting from this, and it's not just the banks. The game has already been planned for you after you die. And if you think that sounds like a conspiracy, maybe you're already trapped in it. The truth is, the world doesn't want you to wake up. It wants you to buy, to accumulate, and to believe that you'll be remembered for it. But real spirituality, the kind you can't post with a glowing aura filter, begins when you realize you take nothing with you, and almost no one remembers. What remains isn't what you had, it's what you were, and that, my friend, doesn't fit in a will. In this video, we're digging up more than just coffins. We're unearthing the lies you were told about success, attachment, and what actually happens to your soul and your stuff once the body checks out. And the best part? You'll walk away lighter, or at least ready for a spiritual cleanup before it's too late. You worked your whole life, made spreadsheets for wedding costs, and now think you'll leave a legacy? Buddy, in 100 years, your great-grandkid will confuse your name with some corrupt politician, and your photo will be in a folder called Old Relatives. Don't delete. Reality check. No one inherits your effort, just your junk. And if you mess up, the government will gladly take it all. Congrats. You live to enrich the IRS. Some spiritual teachings say material attachment sticks to your soul like a sticker nobody wants to trade. People who die without letting go become middle-class ghosts. Not scary, but also not gone. They hover around the apartment they spent 30 years paying off, missing the smell of their coffee machine. Worse yet, they still critique the living. That curtain's crooked. Spiritual micromanagement. And the funniest part? Some people really believe they'll be remembered forever just because they had a company with a tax ID and a mission statement on LinkedIn. They don't know that 2 generations later, their brand will collapse, the files will become corrupted backups, and their legacy will sell for pennies on a clearance site. The only real inheritance you leave is the frequency of your consciousness. The rest? Just illusions with an expiration date. And guess what? It already expired. Some people leave behind houses, cars, investments, and such heavy energetic baggage that just entering the room gives you a headache. Seriously, the stuff that sticks isn't in the bank, it's in the field. Your emotional state, your unresolved baggage, that grudge you lovingly preserved, all of it becomes energetic memory, sometimes passed down to your kids. It's that good old spiritual debt nobody lists on their tax return. You might leave $1 million in the account, but if you lived with stinginess, aggression, or manipulation, your kids inherit a frequency of scarcity. Ever notice those families that seem to carry a dark cloud over generations? That's not bad luck, it's bad energy. The invisible inheritance is the most powerful. It's like cheap cologne. Everyone who lived with you smells it long after you're gone. And while people fight over paper inheritance, others carry emotional baggage in their chest. Resentment, trauma, repetitive patterns. That's the real spiritual inheritance. You can't sell it, donate it, or auction it off. You can only transmute it. How? Doing what no one wants. Therapy, meditation, self-inquiry. The problem is, that doesn't get applause. Or Instagram stories with motivational music. But ironically, it's the only thing that truly sets you free. Speaking of prison, there's a very old and very ignored theory that says the more attached you are to stuff, the more stuck you are on Earth once your body goes. In other words, die without detaching, and you become a guest at your own funeral. And forget about premium burial plans if your soul is still trying to log into your bank app. The real prison isn't the coffin, it's the ego that refuses to die with the body. And here's the kicker. Some spirits don't even know they're dead. They keep repeating routines, checking on their house, making the bed. The classic self-haunting ghost. They become bureaucratic phantoms, stuck in pointless tasks. Why? Because they got so caught up in their role that they forgot to live as a being. When the show ends, they stay on stage rehearsing monologues, but the audience left long ago. That's why some traditions burn the belongings of the dead, not out of superstition, but to cut the ties. Detachment is a spiritual practice, not a minimalist influencer's TED Talk. And if you don't start that in life, you risk becoming a condo ghost, roaming hallways, missing your coffee machine, complaining that young people don't appreciate anything anymore. But what if that's not the only prison? What if someone else is profiting from the illusion? You really thought the system would let you die in peace? Nope. Death is round 2 of exploitation. Inheritance, bureaucracy, funeral plans, taxes, more fees. Your death becomes another product in the suffering economy. Even coffins now come in VIP packages. And the cruelest part? While you were dying, algorithms were already selling flowers to your family. Spiritual capitalism at its finest. But it's not just your death they monetize. They profit off your illusion in life. They taught you that working yourself to the bone is noble, that collecting things equals success, and that leaving something for your kids is the ultimate achievement. What they didn't say is that by living like that, you became a cog in a machine that consumes you while applauding your sacrifice, and when you die, they charge you to leave, literally. And in the spiritual world? Oh, there's a business too. Courses to contact the dead, spirit guides with card readers, self-help books on customized reincarnation. All glitter wrapped to keep selling hope in easy installments. True awakening doesn't cost, but it doesn't profit either. And that's uncomfortable, because if you wake up, you'll realize the greatest inheritance you received was this prison dressed as freedom. And maybe then you'll start asking, how do I get out before it's too late? Spiritual awakening isn't opening your third eye in Bali. It's facing that closet full of just-in-case junk and realizing 90% of your life is made of fear. Fear of not having, fear of losing, fear of being. And the cruelest part? That fear turned you into a functional zombie. Walking, working, breathing, but dead inside for years. You just forgot to lay down. Quick test. Open a drawer in your house. If there's more paper than purpose, more memories than presence, more bills than awareness, welcome to the Energetic Hoarders Club. And before you say, but that's normal, just know, every object holds a story, and every unresolved story weighs on your field. The outer clutter reflects the inner junk, and not even incense can cleanse that. Awakening means letting go before life rips it away. It means cleaning house, physical and spiritual, not to join some minimalist trend, but to stop being the zombie they taught you to be. It's dropping what isn't yours, what no longer serves, what keeps you tethered to illusion. Because in the end, it's not about what you have, it's about what still has you. And if you don't cut those ties now, maybe even death won't help. Now that you know no one will even remember your name in 100 years, the question is, what will you do with the time you have left? Keep accumulating stuff to feed an ego that won't even survive cremation? Or start cleaning your soul, letting go of what traps you, and finally living something that leaves a real trace, not just a receipt? Maybe it's time to rethink your priorities. No one inherits your awareness, but everyone feels the trail it leaves. And if you vanished today, what would remain? Trauma or transformation? Density or presence? Remember, awakening isn't turning into light. It's stopping the darkness disguised as a productive adult. So before you close this video, close a drawer, a belief, or a burden. If this message hits something deep inside you, good. That's your soul paying attention. Now subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and keep walking this path with us. Because here, we don't fake spirituality, we face truth, even when it hurts. So, are you ready to break free from the junk, or are you waiting to die trying?